It is time for your Win podcast for super busy professionals sharing transformational moments. Your host, Chu Tang.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Your Win Podcast. Today, I have my special guest with me, Sally. Welcome, Sally.
Hey, Chu. Thanks so much for having me on your show. I'm very grateful to be here, baby.
Yes. So Sally, I only have one question for this podcast. Share with us a transformational moment in your life that your life changed from that moment, forward.
Yeah. I've had so many, but I've got to say one of the key points in my life was one years ago. So I've got 4 kids and they were all pretty little. So it's got to be about, 15 years ago. I was walking down the stairs and the kids had left the TV on in the TV room. So I went in to turn it off and I had a basket of washing and, I was sort of very distraught at the time because I had 4 young kids, two dogs, and I was renovating houses. And I was just like, one of those exhausted women. And I was going off to turn the telly off and noticed that Oprah was on there. And it was Oprah's very last show. Do you remember Oprah Winfrey when she used to run her show? She used to have
last show.
No, okay. So she used to have all different guests and she'd do lots of giveaways and whatever. And it was a bit of an iconic show, I suppose you could say. It was her very last show. And she just happened to be standing on stage. It was the last 5 minutes of her very last show. And she didn't have all the guests on and she wasn't doing giveaways. It was just her standing there. And she said to the audience, and she said, if there's one bit of wisdom that I could impart to everybody that has changed my life is to listen to the niggle inside of you. Listen to that little voice in your head and guided by that. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've had that voice, that little niggle inside of me for so many years, but I've always been telling it to go away, like, take it to the carpet. That can't be right. It's just like telling me to do stuff and it doesn't make sense. So I thought, oh my gosh, I'm actually going to follow that energy. And so ever since I have followed that energy, that little niggle, that little voice inside of me that tells me what to do. And that is how it has completely transformed my life, because now I'm guided by the energy within me. And that is how I live my life. It's incredible. I just follow that energy and it takes me on the most amazing journey. It's like people would not believe what has happened since I followed that. As I said, about 15 years ago now.
Wow.
It's taken me on amazing journeys. Like I literally, 2 years ago now, following that energy, I was walking along the beach, which I love to do. I walk every day and connect with nature. It's very grounding, reduces all the stress, all that sort of stuff, because as you're walking, you're actually bringing your cortisol levels down or your adrenaline, you're balancing the male and female sides of the body as you're walking and I connect in, listen to amazing podcasts like yours, just tune in. So one day I was walking along the beach and listening to Dr. Joe Vitale's book. I read or listen to books all the time. And anyway, long story short, out of that, the book was The Secret to Manifesting Money. And he said, you monetize what you're passionate about. And I thought, well, what am I passionate about? I'm passionate about walking in nature, listening to empowering books, and also working out and workshopping life with my girlfriends. And so 24 hours later, I came up with this idea of following this energy inside of me. I came up with empowered clothing, dress with intent. Like what? And 9 months later, I gave birth to it, right? So, following the energy has taken me on amazing journeys. So from,
So that little voice, is it persistent?
Oh, yes, it kind of like screams at me often, what are you doing? It's like, it's your energy, right? Everything is energy. And
right.
We've got 3 brains. We've got a head brain, heart brain, and a gut brain, right? And the gut brain.
Right.
So the head brain thinks, it has the thoughts and it's, has a vibration up there. Then the heart brain has feelings. Now the head brain can get in the way because it's there to protect us. It's, don't do that, dangerous or whatever. So you overcome your head. Your heart brain can be oversensitive, right? Because it's very feeling and emotional.
Mm-hmm.
But the gut brain down just below your belly button is its senses, and that's your internal GPS. So that is what guides me. That's where that little voice comes from. It comes from gut sense. You know, when you sense
gut feeling.
your gut feeling. So that is it. That's the little energy inside of you, and it comes up and it screams into your ears. You know, it's like when you're driving along, and then for some reason you've guided, or some little voice says turn left. Well, that doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah.
But if you keep going forward and don't listen to it, it might be that there's a traffic jam or whatever, or that there's an accident when you should have gone left. So it doesn't often make sense, but it is your, as I said, it's your internal GPS.
I have that, but I guess I don't use it that often. You know,
start doing it, True. It transforms your life. I've got to honestly say it hasn't taken me on the wrong path. It's taken me on an amazing journey. It doesn't make sense on paper, but I mean, I know nothing about clothing, and to launch a clothing line out of following that energy, it's incredible.
Oh, for all the energy. Wow. Thank you so much. Yeah. So so I'll share your link with this podcast. So our audience could reach out to you and to learn more about,
how to follow the energy. Honestly, the more you start doing it, True, the easier it becomes. And now I just tune in when I'm looking for answers. I tune in to myself, my internal GPS, my intuition, my knowing, to find the answers. You know, like, should I go on Chu's podcast? Yes.
I'm not going to say yes. So do you do muscle testing then?
I also do that as well, but sometimes, because I do energy healing as well, so I've got a massive toolbox, and one of the things is I work in the quantum realm and whatever, so I get guided by the energy, but I almost use muscle testing as a backup.
As a backup.
Just to double check, if you like.
Cool. Wow.
So
thank you so much. Yeah. So if you guys like this episode, come back. Until then, stay happy and hopeful. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chu.
So what do you think of the podcast format?
I love it because it's really short and sweet, and it's, it's informative, because people don't have much time up their sleeves, so it's just, and people love to be engaged and, have interesting stuff come their way, but not have it drawn out too long. Some podcasts can go on an hour and a half, and because I walk, I can get through a lot of them, but people are time poor. And they also love variety.
Right. So I have a random question for you. Do you like traveling?
Travel, oh my God, that makes my soul sing. Absolutely. That's where my passion lies. I literally just yesterday or the day before got back from a week in Darwin. I don't know if you know where Darwin is, the top of Australia. And
tell us about it.
Oh, Darwin's incredible. It's where I don't know if you've heard of Kakadu, which is this massive national park. And it's so funny, because in Australia we all travel so much, usually overseas, because it takes us so long to get somewhere, and we go for a long time. I backpacked for years, for example, when I first finished uni. But anyway, getting back to Darwin, it's where you can truly understand where Australia came from. It's Aboriginal cultural centre, if you like.
Okay.
And there's rock paintings that are over 20,000 years old, and it's incredible. And you're back in with nature. They have a dry season and a wet season, so they're just coming out of the wet season, and so they have all these beautiful water holes and rainfall, waterfall places and water holes, but you can only swim in certain ones because of the crocodiles. There's so many crocodiles, you can't go swimming in the water.
Right.
Saltwater crocodiles and freshwater crocodiles, but it's just beautiful. Like, the hikes are incredible. And Arnhem Land, which is, you can't go into Arnhem Land. It's all sort of protected Aboriginal communities. And it's just stunning. It's hard to explain, but travel just makes my soul sing. It connects me. It just allows me to just get out of my head, get into my heart, and just feel totally connected, totally in alignment and flow.
Yes, I'm here. So how long were you there at Darwin?
Last week was just for a week, but it was an experiment to see if I can travel and work. So
okay.
because all I need is a microphone, a laptop, and my magic hands and a few tools and whatever.
I mean, it was perfect because I was on your podcast last week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I was away. I was sitting in on a bed, had a little table, and that's how we rolled, baby.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell. I could not tell.
Yeah. So I'm going to do more of that because we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time, baby.
Yeah.
So when travel is my thing. Do you love to travel?
I love to travel, but I didn't go to Darwin. I went to Cairns. Is it Cairns? C-A-I-R-N. Yeah. Next time we should go to Darwin. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stunning. There's a lot of history there too. It was bombed by the Japanese, so there's lots of
okay.
Then they had a massive, it was 1975 massive cyclone Cyclone Tracy wiped out most of the city there. Like there's a lot of history in Darwin, and the sunsets are to die for. Like they are.
Oh, wow.
If you love seafood, oh my goodness, it is seafood mecca. And pearls, lots of pearls come from around Darwin. And
wow. What kind of pearls?
Paspali pearls. Have you heard of Paspali?
Is it blackish?
No, these are white pearls, but gorgeous. They have all sorts. It's just it's a whole other level of amazingness up there. It's just cool. You step back in time, you go out bush. The hikes are incredible if you're into hiking, and it's hardcore. It's hardcore too. You might have to do a bit of prepping beforehand, get your step.
Now I'm going to put Darwin on my bucket list.
Oh, well, do you think you'll come out here soon? I mean, it's been a while probably coming out.
If I do visit Australia, I think I'll also combine with New Zealand because I haven't been back to New Zealand in a while because I used to live there for 6 years. Yeah,
New Zealand is stunning, absolutely stunning. North
very
and
different.
South.
They each have their own beauty.
So different.
So I want to go to Perth too. I've never been to Perth.
Oh yes, I haven't been there for years. Now that's like 5 hours on a plane from where
it's on the other side.
Because I think Australia's landmass is bigger than the USA, like when you put it on a thing, so it's enormous.
It's huge. Thank you so much. It's been fun. It's been fun talking about traveling. We could talk forever about traveling.
I know it's you get to meet all different cultures and people and understand how they tick. As I said, I backpacked for 3 years, and I would just go to one place, get to know the people, the culture, then move on. And it was, I call it the degree of life travel. So it really.
Thank you so much, for joining my podcast. Yeah.
Thank you, Chu. Lovely to be here, and I think you're a top chick.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share. See you soon at Your Win Podcast.